my glasses. Fucking chair. Just give it a few minutes, eh? This thing set up right. This is better. No, I can't. I'm gonna plug it in. Shit. You know how you know a hotel that's wants to save money? They limit the number of plugs. They got 2 plugs. That's it. First, I don't know if that really counts for all that much in the live stream, but I'll let you have your glory. Got a bit too much sun today. Too much damn sun. I need a good cold plunge right now. Hello, Tom in Cocoa Beach. I'm Scott, and I'm an American in, where the hell am I? Phan, Thailand. Actually, I'm in the middle of nowhere. And that's pretty much what it is. Good evening, everybody. Save my energy. I'm just gonna say good evening to everybody. But you know, I was like, so where can I get some food? You guys got a restaurant here? He's like, no restaurant here. You think you can maybe get my laundry done? No, no have. Is there a maid? No. Where can I get some food? There's one restaurant. If you go to the end of the street, there's one little restaurant. When does it close? 5 o'clock. Okay. How far is the nearest 7-Eleven or a place to eat? 2 kilometers. How far is the nearest ATM? Because I'm running out of cash on hand. 2 to 3 kilometers. Then I'm like, can't even buy water, you know? And I don't feel like walking an extra 4 kilometers to go get a bottle of water. So I've just been chilling out here. And I'm still, there's part of me that just, I want to wake up and go. But I'm exhausted, man, really. The sun just kicks my ass. Kicked my ass today. My feet are fine, you know, that's the thing. My feet they actually feel not bad at all. But my head and my energy level is just tired. I guess that's what happens when you're out in the sun and you shouldn't be. You know? So we got 21 people here and like 3 people saying anything. Exciting. I need to whip out the beer. Except I gotta go 2 or 3 kilometers to get a beer. So that ain't gonna happen. It's a glorious evening. Or I don't know. I got no idea. I might leave at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I might not. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. At this point, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got all kinds of shit going on. I'm heat exhaustion right now. I'm tired. I got, you know. I got shit to get ready if I want to do anything tomorrow. I'm sure there's a lot of places that you never heard of. But this place is not all that small. The area I am in is small, but this is an area that's very spread out. So there's going to be a lot of places like this, which is a bit of a concern, but what are you going to do? You know? It goes Phan, Payao, Pre, Uttaradit, and all those places, there's a lot of space in between. So, no, I don't. I think there will be portions of it that will be the same, but they're already making changes. Places are already closing, so it doesn't bother me. I mean, I know there's a lot of people, they live for Pattaya, but listen, you don't need 500 bars. You know, if you got 20, that's usually enough. Even 10 is okay. I think, you know, After this, people are going to be like, hey, maybe I don't really need to, maybe I don't really need to work in a bar. You know, girls might start thinking that, you know. I haven't worked in 6 months, so why do I gotta work now for, you know, doing this shit? You know? I don't know. You're asking me, I'm confused right now. I'm confused and tired. If you go to Chiang Rai goes to, where did I just come from? You look up Mae Lao and then look down south, farther south, and I'm in Phan. I was gonna make a map. I just haven't had the time or energy. You know, just like I was telling that coconut vendor chick. She's like, oh, my father is 61. He can't, yeah, I made it to Phan. It's about 100 kilometers from the border. She's like, my father can't walk at all hardly or something. I forget what she said, but she said, nah, he can't really walk. I'm like, well, a couple of years, that'll be me. You know. But I feel my age, to put it mildly. And my wife is worried about me getting hit by a truck or something. That's a whole nother issue I'm dealing with. She doesn't want me to die like a dog on the road. She's got a point, you know. Wish I knew how to give a selfie massage, but I'm not very good at that. You know? What do you think? I mean, seriously, what do you think? Place is closed off to tourists for 7 months. You think there's maybe not that many tourists now? I mean, you know, most of the tourists have left. And the ones that are still here will be leaving. You know, well, that's not a tourist. A tourist is not somebody who lives here. I've seen people that live here and live in other places. So, you know, all right, well, whatever. Foreigners in Thailand. My bad. But I don't see that many foreigners in this area. I don't see any. I've only seen how many? 2, maybe 3 in the whole time I've been walking. I've only seen 2 or 3 people. 2 or 3 foreigners, that's it. And I haven't seen any that look like tourists, you know. So, hey. I'm using minimal effort to speak. I'm like up against the refrigerator here. I don't know about Chiang Mai. But maybe, yeah. But you know, there's probably Chinese there. I don't know. Brutal out there, man. Brutally hot. 90, I think it was 91 degrees, felt like 104, and humidity was 88%. That was the high. That was the high readings. Now it's a tad bit cooler, but You wouldn't miss the heat on the road, man. You wouldn't miss it. You may miss it from coming from a cold climate, but you wouldn't miss it from walking around in the heat like this, man. It's freaking brutal. You walk around for 20 minutes, okay, you know, maybe you get a little sweat or whatever. It's nothing big time, but man. Well, that's what a lot of people from Scandinavian countries, colder countries, that's what they do. They come here part-time. When it's cold there, they come here. But I can tell you that the heat here, I come from Florida. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with the heat. But when the heat is, when it's over 100 degrees, then you know that the road is probably 130, 140 Fahrenheit. And the humidity is like 85, 90%. That's just crazy, man. I mean, I wasn't out in the sun where I could get hit on the head or anything for more than about 2 hours. Hour and a half, maybe. And I feel it. I'm burnt. More ways when my arms are burnt. This part of my arm, and I was wearing the long sleeve shirt, which really stinks now. And they got nobody to wash the clothes here. So I can wash it, but it's not gonna do a lot of good. It's still gonna stink. Especially because of all the holes it's got in it. Oh man, believe me, man, at the end it was like torture. It's like you're in a steam room and somebody's shining the sun on you. Just, not good. This is usually why I want to leave at like 2:30 or so, but like, man, it's 8:15. I haven't slept at all. And I slept 4 hours last night. So, if I go to bed at, say, let's just say I go to bed at 9:30. That means I'd get 5 hours of sleep, which usually that's plenty, but right now, it's probably not enough. Patong. I used to live there, man. Right down the street from the Rock Hard A Go-Go. That was a long time ago. It's when I was young. I find them both annoying. I find most tourist areas boring and irritating, Oh, yeah. This feels so good. I don't know, I went there. Just went early. The Chinese don't get out at early in the morning. They like to be out a little bit later. I don't know. You know, really, I don't even, I'm so past this COVID and everything like that. I'm just, I don't give a shit about COVID and I don't give a shit about politics. God, that feels like, that's like, that's the best right there. Yeah, well, believe me, I've had that discussion. It's not because you know, honestly, like the way my feet feel right now, I could do this. I just wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, walk for 7 hours or whatever, 6 hours, bang out the miles. I could do it I could do it. I know I can do it. And my kids, they're actually like, you know, it's pretty badass you're doing it, but I think they, you know, they know it's dangerous. And my wife is not happy about it now. You know, before it was like, uh-huh. But when she said to me today, you know, I don't really like you walking on the side of the road, streaming, and you could end up dead like a dog on the side of the road. Nobody would care in that, you know, there. Nobody would give a shit. You'd just be like some dead Phan. Shout out to dead Phan. But that's exactly what I would be. I'd be some dead foreigner on the side of the road, you know? But actually, aside from the sun, you know, my body feels pretty damn good. It's acclimating. Yeah, well, that's what my wife is thinking about, Gennaro. So, I mean, you know, she didn't make me feel very good saying that. Feet are actually good. Very little pain in my feet today. I'm very surprised, but I really wrapped them up good. You know, there's just a little bit in the big blister. I got a little bit that was starting up, but that's gone. You know, I just covered it up and it seems to be fine. So, you know, tomorrow I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know if I'm leaving here. If I'm not leaving here, then I'm sure this place doesn't take credit cards or debit cards or whatever. I'm sure they don't. Means I have to go down to the ATM 2 or 3 kilometers away from here, which I really, if I'm gonna stay here for another night and rest, I don't want to go and spend energy walking down to the ATM, but you know, it's a must. I have to do it, you know. If I want to stay, I'm just, you know. I really, I mean, I got here, look, my bag is still, I didn't even take anything out of my bag. I basically just took my clothes off, took a quick shower, you know, plugged a few things in to charge, went and got some food, which has promptly been eaten, all of it. And then I've been just laying around because I have no energy, you know. But it's amazing what a good night's sleep will do, you know. So if you guys wouldn't mind, please don't forget to click the thumbs up button. And if you have some place to share it, share it. If you don't, oh well. That's the way it goes. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. For those who don't know, lurkers, whoever, haters, lovers, you can always look in the description, and that pretty much tells you everything you need to know about me, or leads you somewhere where you still needs to. Well, thank you, Rick. Thank you. I remember where it is, and I can check it out and everything, but it is, I think it's still a ways from here. I walked about 100 kilometers. That's not very much. I always talk about this guy, Levison Wood. I got a newfound respect for him because he walked something like 6,600 kilometers. Is that what he did? I can't remember how many kilometers it was. No. Was it? No. It was 4,250 miles, I think. It was the Nile River, so it's the longest river. It took him 9 months. Now think about that. Talk about a coordinating nightmare, logistical nightmare. Fucking A. I thought, has anybody walked the Amazon? Because that's got to be another brutal walk. I mean, you're taking a boat, that's a little different. Because, I thought, hey, you know what? If I can't walk, if I can't do something like, I'm going to go walk the Amazon. Well, that's not going to happen. But you could take a boat. It's still kind of cool, I think someone did, yeah. I don't remember who it was. There's a couple guys out there that are always doing stuff. There's the guy who took the kayak down the Congo. Fucking crazy. That's crazy. Even this guy, Levison Wood, he was walking by. It's in the episode, one of the episodes. He's walking by some little area, and he said, hey, listen, when you got to get water, you got to go down to the water, and you got to get the water, and that's where the crocs are, and that's why crocs take so many people. So he was walking along the river's edge or something with a couple other guys, and all of a sudden a croc came from up on the bank, higher up on the bank, and came running down and went into the water, just like 5 feet away from them. Crazy, I mean, here, what are you going to worry about? Getting hit by a car, that would suck. Snakes, maybe. Maybe the odd leopard or something like that. Bear. How many miles is that? So my wife thinks I'm nuts. She thinks I'm nuts right now. As tall as their body is, as tall as they stand up. So if they're up this high, then they can strike that far and a little bit more. Believe that's the rule. Yeah, my wife thinks I'm nuts. I'm like, hey, it's good for me, it's good for us, it's good for my channel, Yeah. You're not the first one to tell me. Well, let me ask you this, is going to the Nile River and walking the Nile River crazy? To me, that's pretty freaking crazy. The only difference is that he had funding. And he had the BBC behind him so that he got exposure. I don't get any of that. And it's not like I'm dying to get that. That's not what that's not the main goal, never has been. But that would have been nice. I mean, you know, I wouldn't have been bitching about it. And the other thing is, he's not married. And he said, until I can find somebody who will want to go and do adventures like I want to, or who will be okay with what I'm doing, I'm not getting married. Which is kind of exactly what my wife said to me. You do know you have a family. If you get crushed out there on the side of the road, and I'm like, upstream flows and it's just, yeah, I'm always leery about the rivers, man. I mean, you know, you can wear a life vest and, you know, you're probably not going to die. But there's a lot to think of. I mean, I really looked into going down the Mekong at least partially in a kayak and in a canoe. And there was a guy who did it in a canoe, and it was a piece of shit. I mean, he bought it for like $300 from some Cambodian, and the thing was leaking all the time, you know, I mean, and I'm just like, you know, maybe I am too old for this shit, because I don't want to have to, what it is I don't want to have to deal with something like that, you know, and then it's like, take my kids with me, oh, okay, so the boat leaks and they drown, and then it's all on me, how am I going to feel? Not to mention them, you know. So, yeah, I know. I checked it all out. I know, you know, where it originates up in the Tibetan plateau and all that kind of stuff. Walking boat, bus, Songtown. Yeah, listen, that's much better, honestly. I don't think my wife would have such an issue with it. And then she's like, you know, you're away from us. You're always away from us. Jesus Christ, I never heard so much, you know, I mean, I know what she's saying, though. She's right, you know. But, you know, that's how I've always been. So to me, it's, you know. But usually I'm not gone for more than, say, a week to 10 days or 3-4 days or something like that, you know. And she's all right with that. But when it looks like I might be gone for 3 months or 4 months, you know, you know, sometimes I don't think everything through. I admit that. I know that. It's one of my flaws, you know, character weakness. I'm a little too spur of the moment and, what do you call it? Fly by the seat of the pants. You know, I could have put sunscreen on today, but I didn't. Yeah, that's a tour. Yeah, that's tame, man. I mean, you're on a freaking, like a big houseboat. You know, it's a riverboat. That's pretty tame. I mean, you know, that's like very tame. That's not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. Yeah, you know what? Where the hell was I? Nakhon Phanom. And I tried to get somebody, longtail or other type of boat. Now, I was only there for a couple days, 3 days and 2 nights, I think. But nobody... Tom, you're probably the wisest person in this chat because, you'll watch all the different ways. I think there's some people that they watch because they want to see me get hit by a car while I'm live streaming or something. But seriously, I think there's actually people out there that might lurk and do that. I have my doubts about, like the regulars actually, hey, I hope Scott gets hit today. But I know there's lurkers out there that think that way. Maybe he'll be out there, this dumbass, and he'll get smashed by a car right on, because that would be pretty dramatic. You're the captain, Sir Richard. I don't know. Maybe I'm just the one with the least brain cells. Sometimes I think that. then again, you know, like when I talk to my wife about stuff like this, she's like, "Isn't there anything else you want to do? Don't you have anything else you want to do? Why do you want to do this?" Fucking, I don't know. Seemed like a good idea. Everything I've done seems like a good idea when I do it. Climbing up on that mountain, you know, I thought that was a good idea. Now, if I fell and I plummeted to my death, it wouldn't have been a good idea. My wife would have been cursing me. She would have cried, and then she would have went, "This stupid ass didn't have to die." He didn't have to die. He couldn't. He shouldn't have went up on that mountain. Hey, what's happening, Rakib? How you doing? But you know, like you guys hear me talk about cockabarazzi. Billy is a bit more logical than I am. Hello to you, sir. And he's like, "I don't think we can make it." And I'm like, "I don't know. If we got a few porters, we might be able to make it. You know, oh, well, how about we just make it to the bridge?" But the truth is, if you watch the little video on its National Geographic, like the highest peak in Southeast Asia, it's like a 15, 20-minute documentary. What's strange to me was that they were using, how am I? I'm a little bit tired, but other than that, I'm very good. How about you? Rakib is in Bangladesh, and he was the hair cutter guy that I still haven't put his video up for, because that's just the way I roll. I get caught up doing too many things. But I still got the footage, so one day I will put it up. Actually, the main reason I didn't put it up is because Chuck didn't know what the fuck he was doing when he was shooting. He was shooting the video as I was getting my hair cut, and he was all over the place. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to sit here and figure this out, how to piece together everything. And then I just went, I don't have the time right now, you know. So that's why it hasn't gone up. It's not that I didn't want to put it up or put Rakib up. I should at least put a little clip up. But anyway, see, like Bangladesh was a very good trip. And it wasn't really all that dangerous. You know, it was kind of cool. It was a little bit of an adventure. But, you know, I'm not really putting my ass on the line. Doing this, I'm putting my ass on the line. Going to Hong Kong, I'm putting my ass on the line. My wife was pissed off about me going to Hong Kong, too. She's what happens if you get shot? I don't know, maybe I die. At least I died doing something I wanted to be doing. I don't know, but you know. But then the logical part of me would kick in. Like, look at Hong Kong now. Everything I did. I mean, you know, I sold a few photos. I did okay, but like the truth, they didn't make a bit of difference. You know, and neither did most other people's photos. They didn't make one bit of difference. Chinese still came in, did what they wanted to do, and, you know, screwed the place up. And they're going to continue to screw it up. They have a bad habit of screwing up everything they touch. Seriously. No politics, no COVID, no Chinese. None of those allowed in the conversation now. Although, Rakib, how's things going with the COVID in Bangladesh? If you're still here. Oh, man. Well, maybe not. Maybe he's not here. The guy works in a nice little hair place or whatever. Very nice place. And he did a good job on what little hair I have on my head. You know, Vietnam was a good trip. Not dangerous. Not all that adventurous. What other ones have I done lately? What did I do last year? I did Hong Kong like 4 times. I did Vietnam in the beginning of the year. And I did, was Bangladesh? Maybe Bangladesh. I don't remember when I did that. Was it last year or the year before? The point is that, you know, I don't know about you guys, but like the whole point of doing things that are a little bit different is for me, it's for the buzz, you know, and because you get something, you accomplish something. Yeah, I've considered that. I'd love to do a motorbike tour, and actually, there are some things I could probably do in Pattaya, but you know, then the other thing is if I munch it on a motorcycle, not the wisest move, because I have a you know, hip replacement, and here I am walking on it, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing or not a good thing. I thought, well, if I walk to Chiang Mai, I'll go see my doctor. Tell him I just walked from Chiang Rai, but I'm not walking there, so. But so far, I've walked farther than I walked from Chiang Rai to Chiang Mai. Yeah, Johnny, I need some bandages, but you know, they're not easy to find, some of them. But you know, I got my feet pretty much taped up, but I'm not changing them today. I'll change them tomorrow. Yeah. Too freaking tired to do everything today. But actually, it really did help the way that I taped them up today. My feet don't really hurt all that bad. I'm surprised. And actually, I walked 16.66 miles today in 5 hours and 37 minutes of walking time, which is about 2 miles an hour. It's all right. It's all right. But you know, the other thing is the pack. You know, I gave the pack to that chick to hold up and see, you know, how much, if she thought it was heavy or not. And she was, you know, all she wanted to talk about was how in great shape she was. Which, you know, I don't know, maybe she was, but it ain't 10 kilos. There's no way. That bag's more like 15 kilos. You know, my back is all scratched up, and you know, I got these marks on my arms. Where the fuck are they? Can you see them? Yeah, right there. Got another one over here. I think right here. Yeah, you can see it this way, I think. That's just from the straps. It doesn't hurt, you know, but it's a little uncomfortable, you know. We talking about Gennaro's barista girl? Oh, she wasn't a barista girl. She was a drink girl, or drink lady. She was a little bit older. I think she said she was 41. Yeah, you know what, Jim? I walked the other day. I walked 40 kilometers, man. You know? And yeah, it was tough. It was tough, but I was like, You know, if I don't get there, I'm not gonna have a nice bed to sleep in, and you know. The problem though is that when you're walking and it gets hot, like I keep saying, if it's hot and it's like say 11 or 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, if you're walking on the pavement, man, that pavement is freaking, you could fry an egg on it, you know? I mean, look, my arms are still burned from the other day. You can see it right here. Whether it's shady or not doesn't really matter. Just like if it's cloudy, it doesn't matter. You know, you can still get burned, even with the clouds out, you know, so it's a bit much, you know. But I don't know yet, you know, I may stay here another day, I don't know. Fuck, man. I was telling Johnny, there's the guy that works here, the lone person in this whole complex. When I walked in, he was like knocked out on the sofa. He doesn't have teeth. I mean, he's only got a couple teeth, like 3 teeth, and he's snoring away. I'm like, kun kap, trying not to scare the shit out of him. So finally he pops up and, you know, he gives me the keys and everything. And then I go back out to get some food, and on the way out, I hear something. I look over, he's laying there, sleeping. And then I come back from the place and he's doing the same thing. But I was like kind of looking to see if I can get an extra bottle of water, because they only had 1 bottle of water, and I'm thirsty. You know, and nah, he's not the guard, he's the front desk. So then when I come in, he heard me. I was like looking around for the water, you know, because they had all these water bottles out, and I was looking at the water bottles trying to figure out if like there was a full one, because a lot of them were empty. And I hear him, and then he must have heard me. He gets up, and he's like, what food do you have there? So I told him, you know, I bought like two meals, which they're gone now. And then I was like, you know, could I get some water? Oh, you want 1 more bottle of water? Yeah, is that all right? Can I have 2 bottles of water? He says, he didn't want to get up. He didn't want to get up off the sofa. Oh, man. He's probably younger than me, but he's got like 3 teeth, and so he looks a bit older. You know, but he's a crack up. You know, you meet people sometimes and they're just, it's not like, I'm not trying to be mean, because he seems like a nice guy, but he's a funny little guy. I was walking by and I hear his, oh man. I was like, a guy sounds like me when I'm sleeping. God. Oh. Ah, shit. He was giving his all to the employment. Yeah. I asked the girl at the restaurant, hey, was this place used to be a short time hotel? And she said, no, it used to be little like, they called them little like, little townhouses or whatever. Because they got a carport in each place. So I thought, oh, they just pull in, go in, and they can go in with their girls. Because the place is like, in the middle of nowhere. I figured, oh, maybe it's for that. And the girl's like, no, it used to be. And then they took over, and now there's no customers because of the COVID. And, there's nobody here. I mean, I think I'm the only person. Just like the other place, there was like two, what do you call them? Not customers, guests. I want to use the proper terminology. So, I don't know that I'll be streaming tomorrow morning or not. Because I don't want to just sit here in the room and stream again. And I still need to think, can I get from place to place? What am I going to do? See if I can figure that riddle out. What's today? Saturday night? Oh, it's Saturday night. So that means it's Saturday morning. Shit. In the United States. Which means there's probably a lot of people sleeping their hangover off, or they're sleeping just because they want to sleep in on Saturday. Oh, give it a few more minutes. Yeah. Hey, Fidelity, how's it going? Subject of the evening? Do we have one? Just no coronavirus, no politics, and no. What the hell was the other one? Politics and COVID? Or what else? Or something else? You know what I think about China already. I'm not gonna say anything. I was ready to. $7 a.m. Jesus Christ, is that what it is? It's 7 a.m. there, yeah, so no wonder. People don't want to wake up to my mug. They want to wake up next to their old lady or something, I'll watch him later on the replay, Anyway, if we don't have anything else to discuss, I'm going to make this a short stream. Every time I hear the word California, I think of, what's the name of that guy? Oculio, is that the one? Yeah, I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to live in Vegas. There's a lot of places I know I don't want to live. Doesn't mean that I wouldn't eventually live there, but it all depends, you know. We all live on the strip and gamble for a living. The only time I gambled on boxing. Boxing and a little bit of tennis. Yeah, my buddy lives in, what the hell's the name? It's not Reno. Close to Reno. He lives close to there. He loves it. He's like, I wake up and it's beautiful outside. The air is nice, you know. A lot of people leaving California right now. You know, not just Joe Rogan, but a lot of other people. And they're all going to Texas, to Longhorns part of the town. Part of the country, rather. Oh, man. All right, listen. I gotta go. I'm getting really tired. And I only have maximum 5 or 6 hours of sleep. And that's it. So I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow, early or tonight. I'll try to figure it out. And not a bad one. And believe me, I've considered it several times, especially when my wife is in my ear, because you know, as much as I like a good adventure, I do value my family, you know. Imagine if I was gone as long as, yeah, what is it, McCracken Airport or something? Is that what it is? I used to go to Vegas all the time. Good morning, Gennaro. I used to go to Vegas all the time. I used to go watch all the fights, and I'd gamble on them, you know. Yeah, well, apparently, you know, I should have been doing this stuff when I was younger, because then I wouldn't have had a wife, you know. You work there? You work here? You mean here at like McCracken Airport? Is that what you mean? Ah. Hello, Gennaro. Oh, McCarran, that's what it is, McCarran. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been there in a long time, but I used to go to Vegas all the time for fights. Um, yeah, I saw Tyson fight. I saw, who the hell did I see? I saw a lot of fights. Oh, Michael Carbajal and Humberto Gonzalez, when they both got knocked down, and then Carbajal came from behind and knocked him down. What a fight that was. Holy moly. I mean, that was, look up, I think it was, shit. Look up Carbajal and Gonzalez, and I think it was their second fight. Maybe it was their first fight. But what a fight, man. Whew. I was there with my buddy, and we were going nuts because we put money on Carbajal. I saw Tyson against, what the hell was his name? Henry Tillman. I saw George Foreman fight on that card. I mean, you know, I met a lot of people there, and, you know, went to a lot of fights there. Wow, 7 fights. Saw a lot of the lighter weight guys fight, you know, lighter weight champions fight. Tickets weren't as much as the heavyweights, but, you know, that's why I like Vegas. I like Vegas for that. I like Vegas. I can go watch the fights. Before the fights, play a little blackjack. You know, after the fights, I'd hopefully be collecting my money. You know, I saw Bernard Hopkins, Julian Jackson. I saw all kinds of guys, man. I saw people at the Great Western Forum. You know, some good fights, man. But I saw some good fights out in Asia too. I mean, out here, I've seen some great fights. You know. Yeah. I saw one, I can't remember the name of it. It's been years, man, since I've been there. Yeah, Spinks. Which Spinks? Michael Spinks? Can't even remember all the fights. Fuck, I used to have all the programs, and you know, I'd buy a couple programs and keep them, you know, like in mint condition, and then I turn around and sell them, try to make a profit. Then, you know, I keep one for myself. I used to do that all the time. I saw Dennis Alexio fight Bronco Sikatic, who just died, actually. They were, like, they fought in, like, the WKA or something. That was a huge fight for, you know, for kickboxing back then. Saw Marquez fight many times. All right, Gennaro, take it easy, man. All right, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I need to get some sleep. No matter what I decide to do, I got to get some sleep. All right, so thank you for joining me. Don't forget to click thumbs up and subscribe and all that stuff. And everything's in the description. You should be able to figure things out, you know. I've already said it 100 times. Feels a bit redundant. All right. Good night, good night, good night, good night, everybody. This chair sucks. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later, all right? Ciao. Oh, Choke D and Jerk on Mine. All right, Johnny, take it easy. Talk to you later.